Hey guys, I'm Angela and I'm $30,000 in credit card debt. Let me tell you about how I got here. Hey guys, I hope you're having a great day, great morning, great everything, no matter when you're watching this, whether it's the day I post it on Valentine's Day or it's another day. Today, if you've seen the message of the video, then you know today is going to be kind of about my journey, my lessons I've learned, especially from the last year, where I am now, how I got to be here, what's my story, what's going on. And I really thought that it would be a great idea for you guys to see a different side. It's still going to be a positive side. It's not going to be like negative. It's just kind of a deeper side into me that I don't really like to show because for a while I was really embarrassed. But it was just kind of like, hey, if you don't talk about it, then you're never going to be able to move past it. There's not going to be someone else out there that might be going through the same thing, that they feel like they're alone and they don't have anybody else that, you know, you kind of compare yourself. So for those of you that don't know, my name is Angela. I am a mom, I'm a wife, I just had my second kid. I am 25 now, I'll be 26 this year. I call myself an old lady, in case you guys don't know. But today, I just wanted to tell you guys, like, last year of 2023, honestly, that year was such a year for growth, development. It was a really rough year for me, and I'll just be quite honest. I'm not saying, like, oh, it's just rough. Like, it took a lot for me to get to this point to have a level of gratitude to where I am, because before, I'll just be honest and say it, I was grateful, but I was just kind of like, okay, great. I always know that I was living paycheck to paycheck, but it was like you blew a lot of money on dumb stuff. And it took for me to get to the point where I'm at now, where it's just, gosh, like, can you imagine all that money I had? I should have used that money to fully get out of debt, and I would have never gotten in this situation in the first place. So for those of you that don't know, I'm currently 25 years old, and I am $30,000 in credit card debt. And I don't say it like, oh my gosh, yay. It was a lot of that money that I accumulated on my cards was honestly just living general life, because from April Fool's Day of 2023 to December like 14th, 13th, I was laid off. And I just had a kid, my second kid. My husband and I were putting as many, coins and rubbing things together to try to make it work, and it was really, really rough. We ended up moving back in with my mom. And when you kind of go from being so independent, paying your bills, doing everything, to immediately stopping and being forced to rely on someone else, and then change your whole lifestyle just to make it all work so you guys can get out of debt, pay everything off, get back to square one, it makes you, in a way, feel like a failure, I guess. But, like, looking back, it's like, no, sometimes you just gotta take a few steps back, get your level of gratitude, get yourself regrounded, get yourself in a financial place that's better for yourself, your family, in order to just reset. And you're always going to have setbacks in life, so it's not like you should just take it personal and be like, oh my gosh, the world's out to get me. It's like, no, there's a lot of things that contributed to this. You just need to sit back, self-reflect. How can we fix this? How can we get from where we're at, get unstuck, reposition ourselves, reproject ourselves to where we need to be, so that we can grow? We learn from this, we live, we learn, we kind of do it. So even though I'm $30,000 in debt, I almost had to sell my car last year. I almost had to file for bankruptcy, because it was just rough for a while. And it was just kind of like, it took me from being able to, I was doing Instacart and DoorDash to supplement my income, and it was just kind of like, you know what, it's okay. I was able to create a lot of great content around my Instacart and DoorDash. I still do Instacart every now and again, but lately with the baby and me exclusively breastfeeding, I haven't necessarily been doing it as much. But Instacart and DoorDash have helped me through a lot of tough times in my life, just in general. So grateful for that. So I say all that to say this. Right now, I may be $30,000 in debt, but I'm one of the happiest, most grateful people around now, because it took for me to literally go from making great money to basically nothing. Not even being able to go to like Dunkin' or, McDonald's and get my kid a Happy Meal. Like, I was just like, it's like, do I manage to get food, or do I get gas in my car? Like, I feel like in a way, almost everyone should experience a level of poverty, I would say, to be grateful for what you had, and being able to be like, hey, you know what, I got up today, my car's paid for, I'm caught up on all my bills, I was able to get groceries at the store. It takes that level of awakening to be so grateful for what you have. And I was just so impatient for such a long time because with that job I was working, I made great money, but it wasn't enough to cover really all of my basic needs and my means and stuff like that. But I also reached a point at that job where I knew I was going to have to leave, whether it was me, just putting in my notice of, resignation, or something, unfortunately, if I was going to get laid off, because I've gotten laid off like 3 times now. So it was just kind of like, I was so happy when I got laid off because of the fact it's like, wow, I felt free, a sense of freedom, because I worked so much. I worked over 40 hours a week. I worked Monday through Saturday. I only had 1 day off, and even on that day off, I was still working. Even when I had a day off, I was still working. So it was just like a level of freedom, and I was able now to, I applied for thousands of jobs in the time period of between April of 2023 to December. I applied for so many jobs, and then it finally got down literally to the last couple days. I only had maybe about a week and a half left of just barely scraping by funds until everything was due. And I even considered the fact of filing bankruptcy or turning my car in at that point. And on the last possible day, I got hired. I had got an interview, and they were like, they really liked you. And then as soon as I got in the interview, the guy was like, oh my gosh, I really want you. You're already hired. I just did this just so we could chit chat. And it was great. And I've been working now from December to February. And I have to say, I am so grateful that I was patient, because this role that I'm in, I'm a client success manager. I work with so many different people, so many different walks of life. And I'm learning so many skills that I would have never dreamed of. I learned about, Facebook ads. I know about automations. I know about client success and really catering to our clients to make it a better experience, to really be an aid in their journey. And it's so crazy to be able to see people that are just starting their business, and then we have people that they just started and now they're making more money than they've ever dreamed of. They have built their business. They have the clientele now. It is so crazy to see the growth, and it's such a rewarding experience because every day I learn something new. My boss he's a lot younger than me, which is fine. I don't care how old he is. He's way younger than me, but it's so I tell him every day, I was like, it's such an inspiration to see you doing the things in your teens that I wish I was doing. But obviously, if I was doing that same stuff that you were doing, I never would have got to this point. I never would have had the whole 360 of customer service, the whole 360 of seeing the inside scoop of a business from ground up to losing it all, to not being able to pivot, So it's crazy now. It's like, wow, I took all of these skills and I've seen all the things that I've done with all the companies I've worked for, and I'm able to take all that information and put it into my own projects. And I know, okay, cool, I know if I'm doing a business, I need to set it up like this. I know when it comes to customer service, I can't just leave somebody feeling like, oh, well, that's it. No, that's not how I am. I'm gonna, do my best to make it as smooth as a process as possible for myself, for you, for everyone involved. But I wanted to kind of, just kind of give you guys a little bit more of an inside scoop of what it is that makes Angela Angela. I'm usually a very happy, bubbly person. Honestly, I get along usually with everyone. It's very rare that I'm in an argument with somebody. I don't have time for that. Bro, just get over it. Next, leave it in the past. Keep on moving. I'm very positive. I'm a very positive person, and I always try to look for the great, the good things in everything, and that's just how I am. But this journey of being a mom of 2 also really, it gave me another level of patience. And that's one thing I'm grateful for, the level of patience. Even with my pregnancy with Bean, everything went great with the pregnancy. I ended up having a natural birth with him, which was from a traumatic C-section to a complete natural birth, which is the whole 360. I was just like, oh my gosh. So it was a great year for me. There were so many great things that happened and so many lessons that I learned to get me to where I am. I just want someone to be able to watch this and be like, you know what? I'm not alone. I had to restart too. And you know what? It's okay. I'm in the process of paying off my debt. I don't owe the IRS any money. I still do owe my taxes. But I'm on a payment plan. So, it's like, you know what? Just try and look at the great side. You're not alone in this process. Life is rough. It is so hard. But if you keep on pushing, you try to find your people and people to relate to and people that inspire you and push you to go to that next level. Once you take yourself out of a box and you put yourself out there and you find your own path and you stop comparing yourself to other people and people that are your age and people that are doing the same stuff as you, and you stop comparing yourself, you are so much happier. Just know, guys, I love you guys. I hope you're having a great day, and I can only imagine the things that are going to be unfolding within this year of 2024, and I just want to inspire you to keep on going, guys. Love you guys. Mr. Bean is up and at 'em and tells me, let's go inside because we have to start work at 9. Bye, guys.